What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about all the queen's horses and all the queen's men use poon, peen, and pow pows to keep her queendom all together in sin. Let's get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming here with a force. Yeah. Blessing the reap and we coursing on.
So, y'all, we are on the late night creep to talk about all the queen's men, and I have to tell y'all, I love this show. I don't know if Christian Keys taps back in and put his pen on the paper this season, because this is not giving me a Tyler Perry production of it all. Okay, season, like I told y'all before, season 1 of All the Queen's Men was extremely good, and I think that was the season that Christian Keys wrote all of it himself. Season 2, Tyler Perry muddied the waters. Okay, he done messed it up, and it was weird. Tommy talking about cookies a little bit too much and things. But this season right here, yeah. We're doing the thing and thing. And can I tell you something? Eva can act her tail off. I said that in my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Eva, I'm telling you, she is the reason why a lot of the actors on this show can't Tyler Perryify. And what I mean by that is there are scenes that drag out much longer than they need to be. Eva is the type of character that's like, spit it out. What are you talking about? And I love that every time she does it. Oh my God, it warms my soul, my spirit. It makes me feel good all in my parts. Bless your heart and all your parts, Eva, because you are the type of actress that keeps the scene moving along. It's those fumbling actors and actresses that's even messing up their lines. Tyler Perry making them make up some stuff, and you are keeping it going. Love you for that. Kudos to you. It makes the experience of watching this show so much better. Let's get into what had happened, okay? The internet has been buzzing all last week about Big D, okay? We found out that he is, in fact, a police officer. But I want to remind you guys, in season 2, when we were introduced to Big D, okay, when Blue went and found him, I gotta find the actual episode and the scene. We have kind of known that he was a police officer since then, but I don't think we all paid attention to it, right? I think it was an illusion as to that was a former career of his, but he's no longer doing that. Yeah, he been a police officer, but now he's just coming out with it. So he has put Casanova in the trunk and pretended like he went down to the swamp to off Casanova. And he did not, in fact, do that. Casanova has been in Big D's trunk all night while he is up there trying to serenade and down dime, okay? But Amp is getting on my last nerve. I'm going to need Amp to amplify and get on. KJ, get your man. Get your man. I'm sick of him. He is ruining the experience of this show for me. But anyway, let's get on to the get down. So now we're at the beginning of the episode where Amp and Big D are going back and forth. They eventually get to squabbling and carrying on because Amp is there looking for Dime because he's been tracking her. Now, here's my thing. Why are you tracking her if you ain't checking for her? You don't want her to sleep with Big D, but you don't want her. You're mad at her because she told Madam about the money that you had, and she thought that you may have been stealing money from Madam. Amp has to understand that Dime had loyalty to Madam before she could have ever had any loyalty to him. No amount of ping that you have given her was going to cloud her vision as far as her loyalty to Madam. Now, could she have said something to him about it first? Sure. But if I think that you are doing something grimy, like stealing from the person that has done so much for me, why would I alert you to a way to get out of getting your just desserts if you did, in fact, do this? You see, Amp has to grow up, and Madam is going to talk about that later on in the episode, but he is just very annoying. Like, Amp, the character, it is very annoying. He's getting to be a needless character, actually, on the show for me. And Sky Black, I don't know what you be doing to your face or what is going. I don't know if it's your beard that's changing or what, but it's just something. I don't know. He just give me annoying. I can't. Amp gotta go. He's annoying. Moving on. Dime eventually comes outside as the two are going back and forth. She trying to jump on. She jumps on Amp's back, trying to stop the squabbling. She goes in the truck to get Jack. Okay, because I guess she gonna just get the Jack so she can go and fix her car. I don't know why she was looking for a Jack. It didn't make any sense because I don't think that she was going to pick up a jack that jacks a car up, right? And hit one of them with it. Jacks are pretty heavy and she's a little woman. I don't know. I don't know why she would go in there, but I guess she had to have a reason to go in the trunk so that she could see the Casanova was in there. So she goes in the trunk to get the jack, okay? And she sees Casanova in the trunk. Now Casanova maintains his deceased motion in the back. So she's none the wiser that he's actually still alive and with us, okay? So she even sees the body and then jumps in Amp's truck and speeds off and the scene ends. I'm confused here. Tyler Perry must have wrote this part. Cause why on earth would you leave the scene like that? How did Amp get home? Did they continue to fight? Did Amp go over and discover the body in the car and ask who it was? Did he ask any questions as to how did Casanova get in your trunk? Did Big D just jump in the car and speed off? It's a lot of because he's naked under a robe here. We didn't forget that. What is happening? But moving on, that's how the scene ended, child. I can't tell y'all anything different than what done already happened. So Big D pulls up somewhere. We don't know where he at. And he asks Casanova if Dime, had any thoughts. Do he think that Dime thought that he was alive? Like, did he really maintain his role and play it real well? And Casanova says, yeah, no, she doesn't know. And Big D says, well, listen, they have a tracker on my car, so I'm going to go down to the swamp so they don't really know, so I can throw them off. But I'm going to take you to the safe house because you need to check in or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I understand. And then Big D was like, you sure that she didn't see you? You sure that she didn't think that you were alive or whatever? So he's like, no, 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 I'm sure, I'm sure. And he was like, man, you should have got out and helped me. Big D said to Casanova that he should have got out and helped him when Amp was beating him up. Casanova said, well, I'm supposed to be playing dead, right? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. If he's supposed to be over here playing dead, then why are you, y'all just making up stuff right here. Y'all wanted to do this in one take. And Tyler Perry just said, you know what, F it. I'm not even going to edit that out. Because that didn't make any sense. Why? Because Big Casanova said, yeah, because Amp was over there beating you up. And Big D was like, well, you could have got out and helped me. Y'all, okay. He took him to the safe house jail. Moving on, Amp is getting heat from Tommy and Bolo. And him and Doc, Amp is getting heat from Tommy and Bolo. I don't know if I wrote that right. And Doc calls Madam and tells her that the detective is there. Okay. So he calls Madam to tell her that the detective is drunk and she stayed the night at his house. And he's asking her pretty much, what am I supposed to do with her? What you want me to do? And Madam is like, well, listen, just keep her there. I'll be there. Meanwhile, Madam is in the bed with Tommy getting majorly chomped down on. Okay. Tommy is down there licking for gold. I was very, because in the last episode, Madam said, Tommy was like, "Can I do anything for you, Madam?" She said, "I might let you eat my pussy in the morning." I was like, "What? What?" I wasn't ready for that. Like, I thought that Tommy was just weird about Madam, and like, I didn't think they had any hanky panky going on. But it was kind of alluded to the fact that he provides her with those types of pleasures, right? Because I knew something was going on with them when he used to get so jealous about her going to go see the concierge. So I was like, what? I wonder if Tommy be giving her some dick. But apparently he does. So he is down there, he is eating that till it ain't no more drips left, okay? And she's having a good time letting him do it while she's talking on the phone with Doc, getting the scoop on Detective Davis. So yeah, she ends up telling Tommy, "Okay, stop, Tommy, we gotta go. I gotta get in the shower." And he's like, "Can I bathe you, madam?" She says, "All right, fine, boy, come on." I'm like, "Child, y'all are crazy." But Tommy was down there going for broke. Oh, you hear me? You I was like, "Tommy, okay, okay, sir. And don't think you're slick. We didn't forget, Tommy, okay, that you needed that gas money from Erica on Love and Hip Hop. Don't think you're slick. We know who you are, Tommy. We know in your former life, okay?" Moving on, if y'all don't know, check it out. Go back to Love and Hip Hop. Remember when Erica, Scrappy's baby mama, the first one, she was dating the young guy that pulled up and was trying to still take her credit card from her so he can get gas in the car? Yeah, that was Tommy. Moving on. The detective is in the bed and Doc wakes her up and she acts like she don't know where she is. She forgot that she was over there. She was that drunk that she don't remember nothing. She don't remember anything that went on. Girl, we don't believe you. You know exactly what you was over there doing. You was over there riding that anaconda all night long, okay? And you was loving every single minute of it, okay? So knock it off. She gets up, goes in the bathroom to get herself together because she's just like, "I can't believe it." And Doc tells her they use, she was like, "Oh my God, did we use condoms?" Girl, you know y'all used a condom. Because you probably told him to. He said, "Yeah, we use 7 condoms." I'm like, "Oh my God." Whew. Bolo, and Portia, child. I bet you Detective Davis was loving doing them scenes with Bolo because Bolo is blessed. That is a blessing down there. Now, I don't need Bolo rearranging my organs with that thing, but it's nice to look at. Moving on, I heard Bolo married now, so I wonder if he's still out here doing the tricks on the stages. But let's keep going. Champ and Rashawn are about to leave the apartment. Rashawn stayed the night over at Champ's house, and he was like, "Man, thank you so much for letting me stay over, Champ." Champ said, "Oh, that ain't free. You owe me some money because I don't let people stay here for free." And he was like, "Man, whatever." So they getting ready to walk out because they're gonna go to the gym before they go to the club that night. So they open the door to Champ's apartment, and who's at the door? Lucky. It's Miss Tandy with her messy side pony. Okay. So she comes up in there and she's talking to Rashawn. And she says, "Listen, I've been trying to call you." And Rashawn is like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. And why are you here?" She was like, "You know, I have my ways of finding you if I want to." I'm like, "Well, girl, spit it out. What you want?" She basically tells him that she wants to give him $25,000 for his troubles because she knows that she done took that broomstick and shoved it up his bumhole, okay, and to the point where Rashawn told Champ that he has troubles using the bathroom, okay, the toiletries and things because they did him so wrong when they had him down in that basement and Tandy and her husband that's becoming a mayor was doing all these nasty, freaky, little dirty, little nasty things to him. And he wasn't expecting that. He was supposed to be their little sex toy in the house. But Rashawn, what happened to your girlfriend that you had? Did you just leave? See, this is what I'm talking about with Tyler Perry. Rashawn had a girlfriend, and I think they had some kids. So you just left your family to go live with Tandy and her husband for the money? Okay, but that ain't end up right. So she's offering him 25 grand because she don't basically she wants to keep him quiet, okay? She paid Champ to go out in the hallway because she wanted to talk to Rashawn. So Champ is out in the hallway at this point. And Rashawn is like, "Don't leave me with her." And he's like, "Just talk to her, man," cuz he wants the money that she done rolled up and put in his hand. So as Champ is hearing this conversation about Tandy saying that she wants him to sign something saying that he won't say anything about their relationship, Rashawn saying, "We want you to sign this. My husband, we're sorry for how we treated you, and this is our way of making it right." So Champ comes back in, and Champ is like, "Yeah, I know who your husband is, and I know he running for mayor. So what we going to do? This is what we going to do. You going to give us $125,000. I'm going to take the 25,000, and you going to give him $100,000." And she was like, "I don't have that kind of money." He was like, "Oh, well, you're going to figure it out. And we want it in cash." She was like, "I definitely don't have that type of money in cash." And Champ was like, "Well, you need to figure it out and call us when you have it." She was like, "How am I supposed to find you?" He was like, "You found him today. You said that you can find him wherever you need to find him, right? You came up in my apartment. You found him here. Find us and give us that money." Okay. So kudos to Champ because he like, "Listen, way to get my way into a situation that ain't had nothing to do with me and cash in." Okay. So Tandy leaves, and there you go. So Rashawn is like, "Man, I don't want that." Tandy leaves, and Rashawn tells Champ, he's like, I don't want her money. I want them out of here." Basically, he trying to off Tandy and her husband because that's how pissed he is about what they did to him. And Champ is like, "Man, you better get this money. What are you worried about?" He was like, "What are you worried about?" And he's like, "You don't understand what they did to me in that house." And Champ is like, "This is how you get them back. You get your money and move on with your life." And he was like, "And better yet, I tell you what, I'll help you." Basically, he's telling Rashawn in a roundabout way he'll help him get Tandy and the husband. Okay. But Champ ain't gonna help do that. He just want to get the money. Okay. But I don't know. Champ seemed like he really down for Rashawn and he want to help him out. But moving on, the detective comes out of the bathroom from getting dressed. She's over at Bolo's. I mean, child, not Bolo. His name is not Bolo. His name is Doc in this show. My bad, y'all. I having a flashback. Moving on. She comes out of the bathroom because she's finished getting dressed, and now Madam is there. So now Madam is basically like, "Oh, so did you have a good time? You over here getting dick down?" So now this is a conflict of interest because you are investigating me, but you over here sleeping with my dancer. She was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." The detective was like, "What are you talking about?" It's basically my word against his. And Madam is like, "Oh, really? You think that's how this goes?" She's like, "Yeah, show me where we did something. I just got here before you." She was like, "You were wearing," Madam was like, "That's the same clothes you was wearing last night." She was like, "Okay." So basically, the detective knows that she prevented any evidence of Doc being able to let anybody know that something went on because she ends up leaving because Madam was like, "Okay, I got you. You're not going to get away with this." So the detective leaves, and Madam is like, "Okay, so what we got on her?" Doc is like, "She scrambled my phone. She put all my cameras down." Madam was like, "You ain't got a burner?" He was like, "Nah, Madam, I don't have a burner." And I'm like, "Doc, are you in on this? Did you like screwing the detective too? So you just like, you know what? I'm gonna let her slide. I ain't gonna get her in trouble because I might want her to come back so I can get some more." And Madam was like, "Well, did you F her good?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely did." And she was like, "Yeah, like I taught you." So, Madam, you just run around here teaching people how to fuck? I mean, what is going on? Is Madam screwing all the dancers and Tommy? Child, it's a fool up in daggone Eden. But moving on, they know that the detective is going to want to come back and get some more dick. So that's what they riding on for them to get her on their side. So she's like, "Listen, just keep your eye on her and keep on fucking her because she gonna keep on coming back." So moving on, Detective Davis is now at work and she late for work because she had just been getting all night. Okay. And DA Rods is there. and she ends up asking her, why you so late and where's your decoy at? He hasn't checked in yet. And you need to call him and see what's going on. So Detective Davis is like, oh, I didn't know that he wasn't here yet. Let me call him. So she's like, yeah, you need to call him and you need to make sure that he's going to be on our side and he needs to find something. So she was like, I'm going to introduce you to Jack Watson. Jack Watson is Tandy's husband. And she was like, this is Jack Watson. He's actually running for mayor. So he is a kooky little freak because the whole time he's standing there talking about how he gonna win the election and he gonna shut down Eden and that's his first right of business that he gonna handle. I'm like, you really think that you about to shut this lady's club down? Your wife, your whole house was just ruined because she came up in there and beat somebody up and oh, she actually, I think Madam offed somebody. The judge, I think it was, that wasn't where she did it. She threw her in the pool or something like that. And she came up in there and threatened the concierge's wife over Tandy's house. So this lady is not afraid of none of you. So what do you think? You just gonna walk up in there and shut her club down, and she just gonna be okay with it? Absolutely not. Okay. So Detective Davis was like, "Yeah, that sounds good. That's what you're gonna do." But it don't work like that. We've been working on this case with her for quite some time, and you got to get something that sticks with her for this to even work. And so he's like, oh, well, you need to do what you got to do to figure it out. So DA Rod was like, listen, bump the books, going by the books. Do what you got to do to find something on this woman. Get your decoy in here and figure it out. So DA Davis is like, I'm on it. Okay, I got you loud and clear. I hear you. So she walks off. So DA Rod is talking to Jack Watson, and she was like, I can't stand that B. I can't. She don't know, but she's trustworthy. She'll do whatever I tell her. She's right under my palm. I can make her do anything, but I can't stand her, and she's stupid. And he was like, okay, well, I hope you're right because I got to get this win this election, and we got to get that club shut down, basically. So moving on, and then he starts looking at another male detective that was in the precinct. I guess they were in the police station. He was like, oh, what's the story on him? Like he want to screw the man. And DA Rod is like, keep it in your pants. And he is off limits. You don't need to be worrying about that right now. What you need to be worrying about is how we gonna win this election and get this club shut down. Keep your eyes, look, Daniel, son, focus, okay? Moving on, Dime pulls up to the club in Amp's truck, by the way, and gives him his keys and she tells him, you need to get my tires fixed on my truck. He was like, I didn't flatten your tires. I think that Big D flattened Dime's tires. I think he did that on purpose so that he can get her to come back to his hotel room and he can screw her. That's what I think he did. I don't think Amp flattened that girl tires at all. So Fuego comes in to give Dime, everybody is inside the club. And Fuego comes in to drop his music off to Dime. And Dime is talking to Doc and Babyface. And Babyface asks if Fuego is good. And Fuego is like, yeah, I'm good. I'm back. I'm all in. And they were like, so you all in? Like, you good? Like, you for real? Because Fuego was looking like he about to be a little snitch last season. And now he's like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to be in here. I'm going to mind my business from y'all fools. Get my money and going on home. And he was like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm good. So they were like, yeah, all right. Okay. So then Big D comes in and Babyface and Midnight go in the back. So Big D comes in and he's all apologetic to Dime. And Dime is like, I got your music. Just going, you know what? You go outside because I'm going to tell Madam what you did. I'm going to tell her that I saw that body in your trunk and see what's going on because you doing some sketchy stuff. And he was like, Dime, I'm telling you, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. So Blue walks over and she's like, Big D, yeah, get on in the back because you want to be on the main stage with the guys. He's like, for real? She's like, yeah, for real. Go in the back and learn the routine. You heard what Madam said. So Dime is like, no. I got something I got to tell Madam, because this one over here, yeah, he on that, he doing some stuff. So Madam walks over and is like, what's going on? She's like, Big D, why are you not in the back? I want you to go in the back and learn the routine, because you're gonna be in the main stage with the guys. And Dime is like, Madam, I need to talk to you because this fool is over here living wrong. She was like, all right, Dime, I'll talk to you, but Big D, yeah, do what I said, go in the back and get ready. So Madam and Dime go to her office so that she can talk. They can talk. So Madam Dime tells, they go in the back, and Dime takes forever getting her story out. And this is where I love Eva. She thrives in this. Dime is like, well, I don't want you to judge me. And Madam is like, girl, spit it out. What happened? She was like, well, it's Amp. And she was just talking all slow, dragged out. Madam said, Dime, get it out right now. I don't got time for this. Tell me what happened. So Dime ended up going on and telling her the story. She was like, okay, well, I was at Big D's hotel room, and Amp, I don't know how he knew I was there, but he was there, and they got to arguing and fighting. And I go to get the jack out of Big D's trunk, and Casanova was dead back there. And she was like, okay. Madam was like, okay. And so Dime was like, you don't know, like, you know what happened? Madam was like, yeah, I know what happened. So what? Dime is like, what is happening up in here? Like, Madam is basically like, girl, mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. Okay. So she's basically like, yeah, he offed him. Madam was like, yeah, Tommy told me that Big D offed him, and frankly, he did a great job. Like, he was like all for it, all in it. Took him down to the swamp, and there was that. And Dom was like, what? That is so disrespectful to have me riding in a car with a body. Girl, move on. Go to the main stage and announce the peoples, because you're doing too much. So then she says, Madam was like, why were you riding with Big D to the hotel room anyway? Why you don't have your car? She was like, because Amp flattened my tires. She's like, go get Amp, because I'm sick of this stuff with y'all, because this is getting ridiculous. So Dime goes in the back to tell Amp to come to the front, to come to the office, to the principal's office, basically, to talk to Madam. So when Dime goes to get Amp, he's ignoring her, acting like he can't hear her. And then the guys are like, come on, man, Dime is back here trying to get at you, talk to you, talk to her. She's like, listen, Madam wants us in the office. Just come on. So finally, he goes to Madam's office to talk. So Big D comes in the back while Dime and Amp are going to the principal's office, aka Madam's office. And Big D comes in the back with Blue. And she tells them that Big D's gonna be dancing with them, and that they need to go on and teach him the steps. And Doc says, well, do you learn fast? Because we ain't got time for all of that. So Fuego says, I'll help him. And Babyface gets an attitude. Let me tell you something. Somebody need to knock Babyface down, because this fool thinks that he is the biggest, baddest bully. And he is nothing but a cupcake. He's the one that sold off Rayshawn to Tandy and her husband. And I'm like, Rayshawn, why would you let this fool punk you like this? Like, he basically punked Rayshawn, and he was taking Rayshawn's money and basically saying he gotta go, like he his pimp or something, and that he has to go through Babyface to get his money from Miss Tandy. Like, he took Rayshawn's money, and Rayshawn was the one basically over there doing all the dastardly nasty favors, and Babyface taking his money. Let me say something I noticed with these dancers though. Y'all making all this money, but all of y'all live in studio apartments. Why y'all ain't got no money? If you making so much money dancing, why all of y'all live in studio apartments? Y'all got nice cars, but you living in studio apartments. You don't have a house. You don't have pretty much a kitchen. You don't have a pot to piss in or a window really to throw it out of that you own. It's a mess to me. Like, if I'm going to be showing ladies my body every night and going home with stacks of money, what are y'all doing with your money? And I know that Madam is paying y'all handsomely for all y'all criminal activity that y'all do for her behind the scenes, outside of dancing. And y'all be getting paid thousands of dollars to be screwing these chicks on the side. I just, I don't get it. I thought it was very interesting that none of them have an actual house, and they all live in studios. And Babyface don't have nowhere to live because he was living off of Miss Patty. He should have saved a lot of money. Moving on. Anyway, Fuego is happy to help. Okay, Babyface got an attitude, and he getting all up in arms and being a bully, talking about something. Why you helping him? Why you doing this? Then he looks at Big D and says, "You better learn the steps real fast." Babyface, sit your ass down. You ain't gonna do shit. Okay. You are such a clown. You're a rat face ass. You ain't gonna do shit. Sit your ass down. And Midnight was like, man, chill out. And Doc was like, man, listen, it ain't that serious. If you getting money, it don't matter. Cause Babyface was like, well, that's more people we gotta split the money with now. And Doc was like, well, if you're doing your job and you doing what you're supposed to do, it don't even matter that we got an extra dancer. So Babyface was like, yeah, okay, you should be worried about us having to split the money. Don't you got a funeral to pay for your baby? Why did Babyface say that? He did not have to say that. So Doc beat the brakes off of him and knocked him. He knocked him to kingdom come. Okay, and he yelled. He was like, "Midnight! I told you that was grimy. I told you that dude was grimy, and you keep on fooling with him. I told you." And so I was like, "Man, Doc is not playing with Babyface." Okay, but I bet you he won't say no more cruddy stuff like that again. So moving on, and then Doc, I thought it was funny. He was like, "What's your old ass?" I was like, "Doc, first of all, you and Babyface look like y'all about the same age, and Babyface's face is not like a baby anymore. Like he literally is probably getting to the age where you're too old to be stripping. I'm just saying." I think all of you are. Hell, Midnight, your peen was about to fall off. Like you barely getting blood into it from beefing too much, from what they said in season one. So eventually, all y'all gonna have a retirement date at some point. Moving on. Rayshawn, Trouble, and Champ are talking in the back, and Rayshawn and Champ tell Trouble about what happened with Miss Tandy coming over to the apartment. So Trouble was like, "Wait, so how can I get in on this? Like y'all getting money, y'all gonna need protection. Like how y'all gonna get all this money from her, and y'all don't have no protection to keep y'all safe from her or whatever." I don't know how Trouble ended up getting herself into more trouble, and in the midst of this, Trouble is just annoying. She's like a little net that comes around and is entitled. So they end up saying, Rayshawn is like, I went through a lot to deal with this. I'm the one that got the broomstick and stuff shoved up my butthole. And I'm the one that can barely go to the bathroom. And I am traumatized beyond belief for this. I'm not about to I'll give you $2,000. She was like, man, I need more money than that. He was like, I'll give you $2,000. Take it or leave it. She's like, all right, fine. I'm like, Trouble, you didn't even give him a ride home and left him at Champ's house. Now you coming in here asking for money? You got to be troubled and kidding me. Moving on. Amp and Dime are acting childish in Madam's office. Amp is having a pity party, and Dime ends up, leaving out because Madam says that uh she wants to talk to Amp alone. So Madam basically gathers Amp and tells him, listen, you are back here having a pity party. You need to grow up, okay? You are little Amp. You are nothing like the rest of us. You ain't got the gumption, the balls, or the tenacity to do what we do behind the scenes, basically. So you need to get yourself together. I understand that you are pissed at me because of what happened. And Amp was like, Auntie, I told you we good. She was like, listen, I don't apologize, but I will tell you I was wrong. So you need to take that for what you need to take it for. And she said, and that girl, that girl loves you. And you sitting up here mad at her because she has loyalty to me. Obviously, she's going to have loyalty to me first because I have been there for her and I've known her longer than you. You think because you get in a relationship with her for a little bit of time, now she's supposed to just forget about me and do for you, be there just for you? He was like, no, I'm just saying, like, she could have said something to me first. Madam was like, you just need to get over it. You got to stop trying to hurt yourself to hurt her. And Amp was like, kept getting out of his seat. And she was like, sit your ass down. I was like, ooh, Madam is not playing with you. But he says, all right, I'm going to get out of here. But before I leave, I just want to know, who are you hurting yourself to hurt? I'm like, okay, Amp, you trying to be all profound and shit. Get out of her office before she end up off in your tail, okay? Because your little drunk behind is being extremely annoying. Amp is annoying, okay? I'm sick of him. So moving on, Dom gets on the main stage to introduce the men of Eden, and Big D performs on the stage with the guys. Trouble sees Big D performing with the guys, and she gets pissed. She was like, "I've been here longer than this man, and why he get to get up there?" I'm like, "Girl, Trouble, you didn't pull the trigger, and neither did he, by the way. But at least he put on a good show to pretend like he did. Mind you, him telling Tommy that no, I got the type of pow pow that if you once you do it, they bleed internally. Okay, that right there let me know that that was a fake pow pow. And mind you, why is Big D walking around with a fake pow pow or a pow pow with blanks in it? Why? Why? You a stripper and you don't have no clothes on, but you walking around. How did he get in the building like this? Madam has all this security around this building. But you got the guys coming in here with pow pows that you ain't checked. There's so many questions that need answers in this. Okay, let's get into some of y'all comments. Miss B, what you doing up this late, sis? What is going on? How you bees? Hey sis, I'm on a call, but saw you was on. I'm multitasking. Listen, I hear that. Mind you, it is 12:56. Y'all are really like hanging out with me on the late night creep. I appreciate y'all. Like the video on your way in, and I like the way you think. Y'all better listen to Miss B. She know what she's talking about. Lexi Sanford says Trouble need to sit her little scary, annoying self down. Yeah, she is so annoying. She thinks that she need to. Mind you, them women don't want to see her pussy. They don't want to see that pussy hole. They up in there to see the ding dong. Okay, they ain't trying to be seeing her jumping around. Like, and what she do on the nights that she on her period? I just want to know. Moving on. Lexi Sanford says he left Rash in. Real? Huh? He left Ration. What you mean by that? Lexi Sanford says Trouble be getting over on Rashawn. Yeah, she definitely does. Absolutely. But he just dumb. And you know, the one says, hey Shay, I don't even watch the show, but when you are doing a live, I have to watch. Thank you so much, Ann. I appreciate you. You are awesome. Miss B says, me too, Ann. If I catch Shay on watch, I'm watching her. Yes, I love y'all. I so appreciate y'all. Y'all, I've been off my little game in the last 2 weeks, but we about to get back on. I'm just trying to figure out which shows I want to review at this point because everything has just been so up and down. I think I'm also going to review. I'm not going to review Real Housewives of Orange County anymore because I just feel like Real Housewives in New York. The reboot. I think I'm not going to be reviewing that much either. I'm gonna let that show go and just kind of see how it does this season before I want to review it. But I think I'm gonna pick up Toya and Ray Janae's new show and All the Queen's Men and Zatima. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But moving on, y'all. Dime introduces the guys. I love the little shows that the guys do. They always look so good. And I feel like I wonder if Bolo is teaching them all the little dance moves because he really is a stripper. And I think Midnight really is a stripper too. I also think Babyface is a stripper. So I wonder if they be teaching Sky and Big D because Big D might also be a stripper in real life too. But child, the moves be moving, okay? The moves be moving, all right? So then in the next scene, Blue tells Madam Detective Davis is at the back door, okay? So Joey says he doesn't think that Madam should go outside. He says, I don't think you should go to the door. Just go outside. Madam says Joey isn't going outside, going by the door. What are you talking about? She was like, I'm going outside. Don't play with me. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her. You can come out there if you want to, but yeah. And by the way, Why you ain't found the concierge yet? Where's Raphael? He's like, well, we have eyes on him in Mexico. Now, if y'all remember in last episode, Madam was talking to the concierge on the phone and he said he was leaving Mexico. I think Joey is in on it with the concierge. I think that Joey is there keeping an eye on Madam, and he's pretending to be her trusty security, but really he is over there watching her for the concierge and helping him to get Madam. That's what I think. I don't trust Joey far as I can throw him. Okay. But moving on, Eva goes outside, and basically the Detective Davis is out there trying to make a deal with Madam. Okay. She's like, I need everybody to be gone. I need to just talk to you in private. Madam is like, whatever you got to say to me, you can say it in front of Blue. So Blue, she tells Blue, okay, Blue, take a step back. Mind you, Blue takes literally one big step back. She can still hear what the detective is saying. But anyway, y'all, I guess it's for the dramatics. Moving on. So the detective is like, listen, I'll give you all, I don't get paid enough money to be doing this. Because the detective, I forgot to tell y'all, after the DA was talking to Jack, she went back, the detective went back into the room, and she had a tape recorder under the table, and she heard everything that DA Rod said about her, and was like, oh, so you think I'm dumb and I'll do whatever you want? Okay, bet. I don't even want to be doing this no more. So Detective Davis tells Madam, she's like, listen, scum like you always getting away with stuff. But basically, I ain't getting paid enough to be dealing with this crap. So yeah, I'm going to give you all the stuff that they have on you, but I want money and I want lots of it. So if you want me to help you, I want to be paid handsomely for it, basically. And Madam was like, did Doc dick you down that good? Where now you want to be singing like a bird and losing your job? She's like, listen, you think about it and let me know what you want to do. So I'm like, Detective Davis is like, okay, well, listen, F this detective job. I'm getting dick down good, and this woman over here got a whole lot of money. So crime is what pays. So let me go on and just do what I can do to get what I need to get as much as I can of it. So Detective Davis walks before she leaves, she's like, oh yeah, and the one that you call Casanova, he's one of us. So I need him to check in soon too. So I don't know what's going on with him, but you need to make sure that he checks in. And Madam was like, uh-huh. Because Madam at this point thinks that Casanova is dead. But I don't know why Madam didn't think about the fact that Tommy told her that Big D went to the swamp. So I would have questioned Dime or one of them and been like, so why was he in the trunk if he was supposed to have taken him to the swamp? Because he went to the swamp first before he went to the hotel. So why was the body still in the car at the hotel? Ha ha. Madam, you got to be thinking on your toes. You got Joey and all this stuff. Joey is faking like he really watching you and he not. So moving on, the detective leaves, and here go what's this fool's name? The concierge's brother, Raphael. I mean, not Raphael. His name ain't Raphael. What is Fernando? He is so weird. He calls Madam on the phone. He's like, yeah. So, you know that guillotine that you used to get my to off my sister? Yeah, I got one made too, just like it. And I think I want to test it out on your dad. And she's like, what? And she was like, no, 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 no. He was like, oh, but I thought you couldn't love. I thought you didn't have any feelings. You love your dad? And she was like, yes, I love my father. And so she tells Blue, she's like, Blue, get the car. We got to go to the nursing home right now. So Blue goes and gets the car. She was like, what are you trying to do with my father, basically? He was like, yeah, I'm going to test this new guillotine out on your father. Let me let you hear it. And so he pretends like he's going to basically decapitate her dad, and she ends up screaming and dropping the phone. So Madam said previously that she is a sociopath, basically, and she don't have any emotions, and she don't have the ability to care or love anybody, but she actually does. She loves her father. But y'all, if y'all remember in the trailer, her father is going to, he got a bunch of pow pows. Y'all know we can't say the GUN word under the covers, and he gonna come out the covers with it. So I don't think they're gonna get her daddy. But child, this show is really heating up for me, and I am loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. And you know, the one says, "Hey Shay, I don't even watch the." Oh, I think we talked about that. And says, "Damn, I can't. I am gonna have to watch the show." Yes, you have to watch it from the beginning. Now I'm gonna warn you, season two gonna drag a little bit because Tyler Perry wrote it. But I think once you gotta see it just to get context. But it's gonna get better on season three. Who said that? Says, "What's up, Shay Renee and everyone? What's going on? What? Who said that? How you bees?" And you know the one says, "Hey Miss B." And you know the one says, "Hi. Who? How are you?" Yes, y'all. So thank y'all so much for watching and hanging out with me this late at night. But yes, all the Queens Men is the place to be. Okay, Eva Marcille, you are doing your thing, girl. You are acting your tail off. Okay, you hear me? That girl has found her calling, and Madam is that's that girl. Okay. So y'all, thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.